Alright, my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM22. It's the Hall of Famer. We've come to the end of our first season in the Speako Bundesliga, my friends. Last episode is linked above. Be sure to go and check that one out. Go get caught up first. But then just hurry on back, okay? Because we've got an end of season episode. Now, I'm going to be playing a game that I didn't anticipate was going to be playing, but you're going to see why in a moment when I show you the league table and whatnot. We're going to play that game. We're going to do our end of season wrap up. We're going to talk about our plans for next season. Let's get into it. Okay, my friends. So, last episode wasn't the greatest of episodes. A good 1-1 draw against Rapid Vienna, but then the 4-2 defeat against Red Bull Salzburg was a bit of a kick in the teeth, especially considering how well we played in that game. But it is what it is. You can't win them all, ladies and gents. But since then, I've played 2 games. I've won both those games, and I've won them both by 2-0. Now, you're going to see I've come back for the Sturm Graz game. Now, obviously, I'm going to explain all in a moment, my reasons for doing it. We're only going to do the one game in today's episode, and it is going to be Sturm Graz. And then Wolfsberger will probably be skipped over if we win against Sturm Graz. I should have said there. So yeah, let's just see what happens. But Wolfsberger were the first team up, 2-0 win. You're going to see Sockler and Christensen with the goals in this one. Then we played LASK. We got another 2-0 victory. It was Esther Sockler with the goals. He's become a bit of a hero in these 2 games, hasn't he, Esther Sockler, once again. He's reached cult status in my eyes. He really has. So Sturm Graz is the next game up. Now, one of the reasons for it is it's a big derby. I think it'll be good to do it, what with it being a derby game. But my big reason for doing it is this. The league table, ladies and gentlemen. We are second in the league. And a win against Sturm Graz will basically all but confirm second place finish for us this year, because our goal difference is far superior to the team below. So even if we were to lose one, we could finish still level on points. We will finish second if we can beat Sturm Graz, or at least Wolfsberger, which I think we will, because just look at them, the poor sods at the bottom of the pile. Red Bull Salzburg are champions. I said they were going to probably get there eventually, didn't I, during the course of last episode, and they've done it. They are champions for a 4th year in a row. It's boring, isn't it? But it is what it is. Someone needs to break the dominance next season. Who is it going to be? Now, I'm still undecided if we're going to be here next year, and this is why. £3.5 million worth of debt. I have no idea. Our spending on wages has just tipped over because I've offered a few contracts. I'm trying to tie down some of the key players in the team, because we've got some interest from bigger clubs. And although selling 1 or 2 of them might help us financially, I need to keep this core group together if I am going to stay here next year, because it's the only way we're going to challenge. We've far exceeded expectation this year. Avoid relegation. We're on the verge of finishing second. Yeah, we're going to definitely surpass that expectations. We're probably going to be the biggest overachiever this year. But the finances are the only thing that's putting me off. Obviously, as we all know, I'm still studying for that Continental A badge. That'll be done next month in June. So then we can just crack on with the Pro badge here. Or if we think there's a better offer elsewhere, although it won't be in a top division like we might want, because, we're in one of the big divisions at the moment, it might still help us out to get the badges done, because with £3.5 million worth of debt, they're never going to pay to do my badges. So I'm really not sure. I guess it just depends how today's episode goes, and we're going to crack on with said episode right now, my friends. We're going to be playing the Graz derby. It's us versus Sturm Graz. We are at home. It's been a top season. I'm hoping we can get a good result against this team, and we are going to go with Bonelli in goal. We're having to do that because Dekic actually picked up an injury. We're going with Knight and Rizzo at fullback. Wimmer's going to partner Fredelli at centre-back. I believe that Hajari might be suspended for this one. We're going to go Hoyland and Kingsley in the midfield. Christensen's going to go left. Mia's going to go right. Moran's going to play through the middle, and we are going to go with Sockler up top, and Moran's playing because Full Wayne is done for the season. Yes, we've had a few problems, basically, my friends, a few problems. So here we go, my friends, the one and only game I'm hoping we are going to play in today's episode. I am going to get some water in the system. And I'm hoping if we get a positive result in this, then we won't have to play the last game. But this is all really about securing second spot in the league, which would be incredible. Really, really would be incredible. I'm hoping that that's going to be like a Europa League spot, hopefully. I'm assuming the champions get a Champions League spot, potentially a group stage or a qualifying playoff or something like that. I haven't actually looked what's going to what position, but I'm just assuming with our reputation and where we are, that's basically what's going to happen. I am just going to get into the lads a little bit here because I've not seen much. It's been a bit of a dead rubber, hasn't it, to this point? A bit of a drab affair. And even though it is a derby, but it's late on in the season and there's not really too much to play for, is there, anymore? So it's to be expected. But we're going to go a whole half of football here by the looks of things without a single highlight. Wow. Okay, let's point the finger and tell them that I want a bit more. Not happy with the performance in that first half. They really fell off, Sturm Graz as well. They were going strong, weren't they, during the season? And they're in fourth place now, dropped behind Rapid Vienna. But they're in the European spots though. So yeah, there is that for them. Rizzo into Moran though, ball coming in, and that's gone all the way in. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. Football Manager, it's just gone all the way in. Past the keeper, 1-0 to us, and I haven't really celebrated it because it's a bit of a surprise. I'm going to make a change. Suckler's going to come off. He's not had the best of games. So we'll bring Brandstetter on. But yeah, let's just see if we can just, see it out now. We're just going to do the bits and bobs that I need to do, and I'm going to take Mir off and Masiak as well. Not sure if Masiak's going to stay on. I'm not sure. He hasn't had much of a chance, but with the one goal he scored, he's not really been the most consistent of players. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. But a ball does get spread wide to Masiak now, and he runs the line. He comes back to Knight, now into Hoyland, back to Knight, Moran. It's good football from us. Goes wide to Knight. He's got plenty of space. The ball comes in, and it's a good block in the end. They've just made a substitution, so let's make sure we look at that. And it's just another fullback. It's changing the defenders up. And the short corner routine, continues. I must change that. I must change it. I say it every episode. I've got to change the short corner routine, and I never get round to it because it actually hasn't worked this year. It was one of those OP things that's just over the bar, and that's late in the day for that to happen as well. But I think we're going to get the job done here. Just the minute to go, and that is going to be second spot. And so, my friends, the season is done. We've played the last game against Wolfsberger. You'll see the results in that in a moment. But we are going to do our season review, and it has been some season, hasn't it, everybody? The result against Sturm Graz means we've definitely finished second because I think the team below has dropped points as well. So, yeah, it's just been quality. But as far as the signings are concerned, you're going to see really, really happy the Bald are with the majority of the work we did in the window and what they've been able to bring to the team. Look, lots of A pluses, which is really rare to see. As far as the players going out, I haven't really missed any of them. I'm going to be completely honest with you, even those that we let go in January. So, all in all, I think the transfer window this season was pretty decent. And a season to remember. I've just noticed that. Holy cow. We've qualified for the Champions League. Okay, we're going to have to take a look at this in more detail in a moment. But yeah, obviously the normal league table, we finished fourth. But overall, we did end up finishing second, as you can see here. 51% of the stadium was full up. That's nice. That's a big improvement on last year. So yeah, that's really good. And yeah, just a top season, as you can see. The last game of the season ended up being a 3-3 draw. It is what it is. We'd already finished second anyway, so it didn't matter. The cup was a bit of a non-starter as a result of facing Salzburg. The moments to remember: 4-0 win against Admiral. Early on in the season, you'll see Moran for brace, Christensen and Sockley with the goals in that one. The Mia hat-trick in the Topeko Bundesliga match to remember against Hartberg was decent. I think that was quite early on in the season as well. And the goal of the season came in the same game as the biggest win. Christensen with a great strike. Yes, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Finances. We all know about the finances. They are god awful. They're shocking. I don't know how the club's going to recover, to be honest with you. But saying that, Champions League, we're going to have a look at that in a moment. That could help. As you can see, the merchandise, Kingsley sold the most shirts, and then we've got full Wayne, Christensen, Moran and Wimmer. Nice to see Wimmer still in there, considering he doesn't play as much football these days. And this is how we lined up this season. It's arguably what they consider the best team throughout the season, and I don't think I can argue, to be honest with you. That really, really was the best team that we could have put out for the majority of it, and I think they did a very, very good job as well. Really, really happy with what this team was able to achieve during the course of the season. Sockler with 18 goals and 6 assists in his first season on the top flight as well. I think we have to tip our hat and commend that effort. Very, very good. So as the accolades are concerned, you're going to see that Mohamed Kingsley has got Fans Player of the Season. He also got Young Player of the Season. Keith Knight got Signing of the Season. Us turning him into a right back, I think, is probably what helped that. Tobias Christensen with the goal of the season. Sockler was top goal scorer with 18. For Wayne, most assists with 8. Tobias Christensen got most player of the matches with 4. And Kingsley with a 7.4 was the best average rating. And Hoyland was completing on average 104 passes every 90 minutes. Fredella's broken the most yellow cards in the season record. Not one you want to break, but it's a record broken nonetheless. And okay, that's just finished, just like that, my friends. That's very, very strange. I'm not sure what else we've got here that we can look at, but this is going to be the club vision for next season. Now, we do actually have a contract to be here next year, and I'm going to talk to you about next year right now, like in a moment. But play defensive football, possession football, high tempo, work within the budget, mid-table finish next year. They'd like us to get to the second qualifying round, so I'm assuming that we're going to start at the very earliest of stages where the Champions League is concerned. So that is a little concerning in itself. I was hoping that maybe we'd go straight into like a playoff or something, and then we would just be virtually like 2 games away from the group stages. But it looks like we're going to have to try a bit harder. And then obviously you can see they're trying to build as the seasons go on. We will just accept those little visions there. I'll do the end of team meeting in a moment. I don't think there's anything else here we really need to look at. But yeah, let's take a look at the league table, because as a result, there's still a game to be played. There is still actually a game to be played. Reed versus Admiral. And I think that's for another European spot, if memory serves me correct. But yeah, as a result of finishing second, we've qualified for the Champions League. I'm actually blown away by that. I didn't think this league would get to 2 Champions League spots. I just assumed that Red Bull would get one, and we might potentially get like a Europa League or a Conference League spot. And it turns out neither of those things were correct. We've got ourselves a Champions League qualifying spot. That's enough reason for me to stay here. That's more than enough reason for me to stay here. I know the finances are not great. I don't know what sort of transfer budget I'm going to get. I'm expecting 0 because of the problems with the finances, which is going to be an issue because I'm not going to be able to strengthen the team that much. We're just going to have to see what happens in the summer. I'm not going to find out until the beginning of next season, really. But I think this is enough reason to stay here. And I'm still blown away at the fact that we finished second in our first year up. Like, I'm one for like bettering myself season on season. How do you better that when you've got a juggernaut like Red Bull Salzburg in your league, though? Makes you wonder. Got to give a bit of a tip of the hat to Esther Sockler. 16 goals in his debut season. Only Yeboah was better than him. You'll see Dekic with 14 clean sheets is very, very good as well. 14 clean sheets from 32 games is a really good effort from us this season. And yeah, I actually think we can't complain about this season too much. We really can't. And I think we owe it to not only ourselves but the club to stay on next year and give it a good go at the Champions League, because we're going to have that Continental A badge. I'm thinking maybe maybe, if we could do the unthinkable and qualify for the Champions League group stages, and I do think that's the unthinkable as well, then we would be in a position where you'd get 13 million quid for qualifying for that. So then we'd be in a position to potentially do our last badge. And I think we stay at Grazer, do the last badge, and then we move on. I think that might be the smart move. But yeah, we've got to go for it. We've got to go for that Champions League, haven't we? You can't see it, ladies and gents, because it's behind the camera. But we've managed 163 games now. 99 wins. We're just one win away from our 100th win. 43 draws and 21 defeats. And that's a win percentage of 60% over the 3 clubs we've managed. That is very, very good, isn't it? Very, very good. We'll take a quick look at the job history. It says... It hasn't updated. And that's because the season hasn't actually officially finished. And that's on me. I've basically kind of finishing the season a little too early, basically. But yeah, that will update for next season, and that will look really, really good. Now, as far as the squad's concerned, I've already said we don't really have the money to improve this squad all that much, but we do need to improve it in all areas, in my opinion. I think we're at that stage. We've just been promoted, haven't we? We've had a top-notch season. We really have. But I think there's probably some deadwood here that we can move on. Maya, we know he's already going, but I think the likes of Martique and Softic, they could probably be moved on. And then, is there a player in there we could potentially sell on for some big money to help us? Being maybe 2 or 3. That's where I'm looking now. I'm wondering if we can do it. I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. I know that Keith Knight has got a... it's a very small minimum fee release clause. Jesus. I thought it was bigger than that. I thought it was a lot larger than that. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe we won't be moving Keith Knight, or maybe we'll just wait and see. We know that there's some players going though. We're gonna have to bring some players in. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be really, really difficult. But you know what? There isn't really much more to say. The season's done. With 18 wins, 8 draws, 6 defeats, a really positive goal difference. We finished just 5 points away from the winners in the end. That is a top draw first season in the TPK Bundesliga. And so there you have it, my friends. We are done and dusted for another episode and another season in the Hall of Famer. Let me know in the comment section below what you make of my decision to stay on for at least one more season. I think it's the smart thing to do. We're going to be playing in an elite competition, even if it is just for the qualifying rounds, and that will do great things, basically, for our reputation and whatnot. But until the next episode, my friends, I am done and dusted. I salute you all, okay? To support the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. It is the best way to do so. Drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed it as well. It's very much appreciated by me, but not only by me, it helps push my videos in the wider YouTube community. But until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay humble, and I will see you for a new season of Bundesliga action in about 2 days' time. Latest, my friends.